warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Abraham Hassan, and today I'll be talking about examining the relationship between training load and sports injuries among athletes, teenagers, and young adults. This picture you see right here, this is actually me 1 year ago. I suffered an ACL tear while playing football, and I had to go through 9 months of rehab and through reconstruction surgery, and I still haven't came back to playing football. So this is my main motivation to talk about this topic. For the agenda, we have the overview, which covers the importance and the target of research. Then we have the review, we will talk about the cause, effect, and solution. Then we'll go through the research questions, and then the methodology section, which contains the sample information, data collection, and the survey questions. So why is this important? Beginning, most sports injuries occur in youth. Why do they occur in youth? Well, by default, youth play the most sports, so they will be the most injury prone in our community. Second reason, knowledge deficits in training. Youth have limited knowledge on training, and this could lead to injury due to improper training or not even training. The target of this research is to raise awareness on this topic. The more people know how to train, the more people know about the occurrence of injuries, the less people will get injured. Going to the cause, this was taken from a study of youth football players. They played 5 to 6 days a week, which is considered pretty frequent, and high frequency does influence injury risk. For the second study, it's taken from Taekwondo youth martial artists, and it shows that 75% average heart rate during an average session, which means they train pretty intensity, which is also a factor in influencing injury risk. Third, we have sleeping less than 7 hours. As we all know, we aim to sleep 8 to 10 hours to have sufficient recovery. And sleeping less than 7 hours can opt for stacked up fatigue, and over time this could prove to be a problem. And finally, ignoring pain in training. Ignoring pain in training is very common among youth, especially since they lack the knowledge, and it could cause major injuries in the future. Next, we'll go into the effect. Of course, this affects high risk of injuries due to too much frequency or too much intensity or too much volume over the week. All of these are factors. Overtraining also affects bones and muscles. Build-up of fatigue can cause bone fractures. It can also cause muscle damage. Also, there are psychological consequences post-injury. Some people post-injury lose confidence in their body and lose confidence in their ability to play sports again. Some people also go through identity crisis because some people live to play sports. There's also a re-injury rate. This was taken from a study of athletes who had undergone ACL reconstruction surgery, and 23% of the sample went back to sports and got injured again in the same knee. So there's also that re-injury rate. So how can we solve this problem? Well, we can manage overall training load. This means we could limit the frequency, for example, train 4 times a week, play sports once. We could play at an intensity that's adequate instead of something that's too high. Everybody's different, everybody's challenge is different. We could use professional supervision. If we were supervised by coaches, by, for example, medical professionals, and they could give us input on how to train or how to play according to our behaviors. And then recognizing signs of injury. For example, you're going for a set of squats, and then you feel your knee, when you go out for running, you feel your knee or your ankle feeling funny. If you just avoid that day of running or doing squats, you could have prevented an injury that could have put you out of the sport for a while. Before last, we have recovery sessions. Recovery sessions that includes ice baths, hot tubs, maybe even massage. All these things can help in better quality recovery and also faster recovery, allowing you to play more sports or train more with less fatigue. And then finally, we have including pre-participation routines, whether that be, for example, like hamstring stretches, shoulder stretches before playing, even if before training. These all could help alleviate pain, and they also help in reducing injury risk before participating. For our research questions, number one, we have how do teenagers and adults train and under how much load? This aims to understand how they behave in training and sports in order to understand how they become injured. For our second research question, we have what types of sport injuries are most commonly linked to which type of training methods and training loads. This aims to understand what variables directly impact what types of injuries, and thus we could understand how to avoid these injuries. And for our last research question, is what modifications and load management strategies in training that can reduce the risk of sports injuries among young athletes. And this aims to help lessen the injuries among young athletes and overall just help the community to be less injury prone. For our sample information, we had 9% female, 91% male out of 102 participants in the age range 17 to 24. And they're all Saudi, predominantly in Jeddah, I think about 80%. The data was collected through WhatsApp groups, that be engineering groups, sports groups, and it is also shared on Instagram stories and Snapchat stories. For the survey questions, we had 6 multiple choice, 6 checkboxes, 4 linear scale, and 1 drop-down menu. And this was all on Google Forms. And something to take away is to educate yourself on training and sports to help avoid injury. Also, be careful while playing sports and training. And finally, spread awareness so that we can live in an injury-free community in the future. And these are my references. Thank you for your time. Feel free to ask any questions.
Thank you.